Back in Corvallis, Oregon. Ducks about to kick off.
I'm back.
Oh, okay. Where were you?
7-3 Ducks first quarter. The microphones are working. Chase Cota with the 44-yard touchdown catch from Bo Nix.
Welcome back to the lineup.
Yeah, no kidding.
Did you notice the power outage this morning?
There was a power outage as we were getting set up and ready to go. The fog has lifted. Oregon State back on the field, and Culbertson pressured, got away, throws short, incomplete, trying to hit Bolden across the middle. It'll be second down. Capable of throwing the ball. Culbertson, who doesn't have a ton of playing experience this last month. He's been out there as the starter. Chance Nolan, the starter at the beginning of the year, hurt, and he's not available today. Culbertson swings it out left. That's Bolden, who's going to turn it upfield. Very quick, undersized receiver for the Beavers. Culbertson's been solid. 3rd and 4. Culbertson pressured immediately. Now going to try to scramble, and he will get the first down. The ball came out, but he was down on the turf. Not necessarily the strength of his game, but we saw more of it last week, his ability to scramble.
Yeah, he's becoming a little bit more situationally aware, a little bit more confident, not afraid to get out and do that. He did that a lot against Arizona State, as you mentioned, and it's the second time in this ball game that he's taken off.
That's sort of average for the Beavers.
Yeah.
Handoff, Martinez straight ahead. Martinez, powerful running. You see right there, just a true freshman, but a great example of how hard he is to get down.
He is powerful. He breaks tackles. He's got great balance. He can take some shots, and it won't just knock him down. He'll just keep on chugging. You see him here as he takes that first hit and bounces right off of it. That's tough.
I mean, he's not as big as Steven Jackson, one of the all-time greats here, but he almost has that upright sort of power run look.
I think that's right.
One of the great Beavers. 5 games in a row with 100 or more yards. One of the top running backs in the Pac-12. This time it's Jam Griffin who made a man miss left sideline. And Griffin with a penalty flag thrown at the end of the game. I would imagine probably a late hit.
It's a rivalry game without a late hit early on. These schools are 40 miles apart. And when you are a kid, you are either a Duck or a Beaver. And Griffin to the outside.
Yeah, personal foul, late hit.
Danny Williams.
Defense number 4. 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Meanwhile, behind the play, so the penalty 15 yards against the Ducks and Williams. Jake Levengood, who's a very solid offensive lineman, the center for Oregon State. He is down and hurt. Now, these two programs first met in 1894. One of the oldest rivalries in the history of college football. They haven't played every single year since then, but virtually this is the 126th meeting all time. It's a rivalry that hasn't always been full of impactful games outside the great state of Oregon, but lots of drama, close games, especially recently. They've split the last 4 played here in Corvallis, and we expect more of the same today.
40 miles separate the schools, and we talked to the locals here in Corvallis, and they said, yeah, Oregon, rich guys, Bill Knight's money, they think they're better than us, all that kind of stuff. Makes a rivalry great, doesn't it?
And lots of crossover families. This state that loves its football. Martinez, the straight ahead run, and another nice gain on the ground. Jamal Hill with the tackle in the secondary, but that's 7 more yards on the ground for this powerful Oregon State rushing attack.
Yeah, double teams inside, getting up to the second level, making sure that they get on the linebacker. Sewell pushed out of the way, and all of a sudden you got a big gain.
And Tanner Miller, the sophomore California native, is in for Jake Levengood, the center, who had to come out with what looked like some sort of ankle injury. Quick to the line, the quick snap, and a handoff. Jam Griffin with a powerful run. First and goal, Oregon State.
Well, the notes out there on Oregon's defense are to run to the edge, run at Dorless, run at DJ Johnson. Can't run away from them. They're too quick, too effective.
Again, quickly to the line, under center, Culbertson. Martinez, the tailback, on first and goal from the 4. They'll give it to Martinez with Coletto leading the way. Martinez gets tackled short. Maybe got a yard or 2 on first down. This is Coletto territory, although he's coming off the field here for second and goal. A Horning Award finalist. He plays offense, he plays defense, he can be a quarterback, he can be a tight end, a fullback, plays on special teams. Handoff. Martinez made a cut and had nowhere to go. So he gets stopped well short of the goal line.
Yeah, Brandon Dorless blew that thing up. Used his quickness, got inside, uses his right arm and shoulder just to wedge himself through.
For the crowd, because Coleto's coming back in the game. They love this guy.
Number 71 for Oregon State is reporting number 85.
Defensively, you're finding out where number 12 is, and where he goes, the ball's likely to go.
Timeout. Oregon State, their first of the
Branson out wide right. Third and goal. Coletto will hand it off, and Griffin got stopped, then spun and is held up short. Mace Funa, what a tackle, because I thought Griffin was going to get in no problem, and Funa spun him backwards.
We've seen two great defensive plays down here by the Ducks. Dorless on the previous play, and then that hit right there by Funa.
Oh, so close, but there's no field goal team on the field. Oregon State's going for it.
And you know what?
And they're coming to the line quick.
Yep.
It's not Coletto, it's Culbertson. Martinez in the backfield. They're going to let Culbertson keep it. They push him from behind. That should be. We're waiting for the signal. That's got to be. It is. Touchdown, Oregon State.
You know, Jack Belling, 84, the tight end, came inside, got right behind the quarterback, and just pushed him in.
Number 71 for Oregon State is in his number 85.
There was a time when that was illegal, but it's legal now.
That was like a blocking sled drill.
Yeah.
With the quarterback as the sled.
Hey, there is no place for Culbertson to go but forward. He couldn't have stopped if he wanted to.
11 plays, 75 yards, touchdown, extra point, up and good. And it has to remind you of the play from 2 years ago at the end of the game on this field. Maybe the signature win of Jonathan Smith's Oregon State head coaching career. Hey, you're allowed to do it. You only need a few inches. Why not?
Get in that end zone.
See, we did it. First quarter here in Corvallis. And back and forth we go, just as we expected in this rivalry game. Number 21 Oregon State, number 9 Oregon, 10-7 Beavers. After the fourth down touchdown run from their young quarterback, Oregon's offense will come back on the field. Let's go down to Tiffany.
Hey guys, lots of handshakes and pats on the back for Ben Culbertson, who had a big smile on his face after that touchdown. When I talked to him this week, he told me he just tries to focus on having fun out there and staying loose and realizing that they've been playing football their entire lives. When you get in big games like this, he said, though, sometimes you try to make it bigger than what it is, but in reality, you're just playing ball. And that's what he did in that touchdown, guys.
And sometimes you just have to go for a ride. Let your teammate take you there. Bo Nix back on the field, and you pointed it out, Rod, that first drive. He looks healthier after a week of healing. Noah Whittington in at tailback. Whittington, nice toss play, and he lowered his shoulders to get 8 tough yards on first down.
Didn't know Whittington had that kind of power.
A little quick tempo for Oregon. Whittington, straight ahead run, first down and more, outside the 40. So Noah Whittington, a nice combo with Bucky Irving in that Oregon backfield.
This is important for Oregon to be able to run on early downs. They want to get Oregon State out of that soft zone and bring an extra man in the box so they can take more shots like they did with Cota.
Utah shut down their running game last week at Austin. Whittington, man, some nice moves. That could have been a big loss. Instead, he ended up with 4, close to, maybe he did get 5 yards on first down.
Great lateral movement, great balance, bouncing through off of arm tackles, and he can catch the ball out of the backfield.
Yeah, you see him sprint out wide left. He went to the right side in this instance. They use their running backs as wide receivers in sets like this. 2nd and 5. Pressure comes. Nix got rid of it quickly and completes the pass. That's Franklin again, and it's another Oregon first down.
Yeah, and that makes no sense, Oregon State. When there's an empty formation, you know Bo Nix is not running. So why are you laying off the receivers 8-10 yards? There's no reason to be that far out. The ball is going to come out quickly, and they're primarily throwing short passes. So problem for Oregon State. Recognize formation and situation and react.
It's not going to be easy for Oregon today, but a win, and they are in that Pac-12 Championship game. I thought the Ducks, they're so disappointed 2 weeks ago, lose to their other rivals from Washington. The Huskies beat him at Autzen, bounced back last week very impressively. Whittington got tripped up. Otherwise, who knows how far he goes. Meanwhile, behind the play, almost a fight between two players on the field. Here comes some penalty flags. That's Troy Franklin. I know he's in the middle of it. Ryan Cooper, I think, the Oregon State player.
Well, and for the longest, the officials were trying not to throw a flag. They were trying to break it up and get the guys to back off, but it kept going. And so finally a flag came out. Now remember, if they call it fighting, you can be kicked out of the game.
The result of the play is a first down. After the play, there are unsportsmanlike conduct fouls against players from both teams. Number 11 from the offense, number 23 on the defense. Those penalties offset. It'll be first down. That's both players' first unsportsmanlike conduct foul of the game.
It's a good job by the officials. You don't want to kick anybody out of a game like this, particularly this early on.
Well, and you see Cooper, I guess, all right, we're past it.
Yep.
Jordan James comes in for the first time. Freshman running back for the Ducks. 10-yard gain down to the Beavers 35. Oregon is really moving the ball effectively in this first quarter. Final 30 seconds of the quarter. Nix takes the shotgun snap and hands it off. And another big hole. Jordan James inside the 25 down to the 22.
It's that counter. And Kenny Dillingham, the offensive coordinator, is so creative with it. He changes the blocking patterns on it, and Oregon State's struggling with that.
13 more yards on the ground. Quick handoff. And the Beavers this time were there. Omar Spates. And that'll be the final play of quarter number 1.
That's the end of the first quarter.
Lots of action here in Corvallis. That's always the case when the Ducks and the Beavers go head-to-head. Bo Nix using his arm with the long touchdown pass. It's 10-7 Oregon State after they punch. Back here at Reser Stadium in Corvallis, we start the second quarter. Oregon State with a 10-7 lead over the Ducks. But Oregon's moving the ball. Last 5 games in the first quarter, Beavers have given up a total of 168 yards. Whole different story here this week. A little toss play. Sean Dollars in for the Ducks. Nix pitched it to him, and that will gain nothing.
So, Flem, what's going on is that long touchdown pass to Cota continues to pay dividends for the offense. Oregon State is afraid to bring an 8th man into the box because they don't want the deep ball. So they are still playing with the too high safety kind of look. And you can run against that. And Oregon has. Now they've mixed it up. The middle of the field is wide open. Wide open.
Nix, quick hitter out to the left side and then cutting it toward the middle. And a powerful finish at the end of the play, but stopped a couple, maybe 3 yards short of the first down, Bucky Irving. So now it's 4th down.
This is Oregon State's method. They will show you a lot of guys up front. Who's coming?
Franklin will take the toss from Nix. Troy Franklin is not going to get there. That little toss pass play. Franklin tried to get around the corner, and Kyrie Fisher-Morris with the big tackle to get the ball back for the Beavers.
That 7-man front. Look at the pressure. They were bringing the pressure from that side, and Oregon ran right into it. You know, credit Oregon State and their defensive staff, Trent Bray, with that pressure and guessing right on the direction that Dan Lanning's crew was going to go with that.
And Fisher-Morris had some help there too. There was a player who helped set the corner there. So the Ducks, Dan Lanning loves to go for it. He went for it late in the game against Washington. It didn't work. He said he didn't really regret it. Maybe would have called a different play. Last week said he was going to go for it late in the game if they hadn't gotten the big Bo Nix run for a first down. That's how he likes to play it. We talked to Dan Lanning this week about it because he's a defensive coach, and you know, I think you sort of assume most defensive coaches played a little more conservatively than an offensive minded head coach. And he said, look, when I was coordinating, I hated it when the offense stayed on the field. I wanted to see that field goal kicker or that punter out there. He's sort of taken that attitude to the head coach's chair.
We often see, though, late in games, teams wish they'd had 3 points.
Culbertson gets away and then throws it short, incomplete.
Great matchup, a lot at stake in that game. USC trying to keep not only Rose Bowl hopes alive, but a shot at the playoff.
3rd down and long. Culbertson's going to throw right sideline deep, and it's incomplete. Excellent coverage there. 4th down.
A lot of contact down the field there, but again, we talked about this earlier. Contact is not going to be called a lot by officials. They're looking for an advantage. Do you pull or drive someone away? Good
That's
coverage.
a second good coverage play in this first half for Dante Manning.
Yeah, but clearly they're going after him.
He's answered the challenge thus far. So the Beavers defense got the stop, but now Oregon State's defense is going to get off the field. Luke Losher, who's been a very good punter, kind of end over end. Fair catch at around the 42-yard line. Second quarter in Corvallis, Oregon. And you don't need us to tell you what teams are involved. You see the uniforms, it's the Ducks and the Beavers. 12:35 to go first half. 10-7 Oregon State, but Oregon gets the ball back with good field position at their own 42. Nix communicating with his center, Alex Forsythe, who's back on the field today. Nix takes the shotgun snap, all kinds of time, now steps up, throws on the move, and hits Franklin for the first down into Oregon State territory. There is a penalty flag down, though.
Offside. Defense number 90 lined up in the neutral zone. That penalty is declined. The result of the play, first down.
Almost like a pistol formation here. And Nix is going to move out of that. He'll put Bucky Irving on his left side, take the snap, and hand it to Irving straight ahead. And tackled by Lolo Hea for a short gain. Let's go down to Tiffany.
Hey guys, when I spoke with Bo Nix this week, he confidently told me that he was feeling really good after that gutsy performance on that injured ankle last week, and he gets an extra boost of confidence today. You mentioned Alex Forsythe, his starting center, who missed last week. He is back out there, and Nix told me that Forsythe takes a lot of weight off of his shoulders. It gives him the ability to play a little freer, knowing that Alex has got him up there, guys.
Yeah, maybe not the most physically gifted, although he's a very talented player. But such a smart, experienced offensive lineman. Irving straight ahead, got stopped at the 35, so it's going to be 3rd down.
Empty formation again. How does Oregon State respond?
Whittington will motion into the backfield. Noah Whittington alongside Nix. And the play was sort of, from the start, destined to fail. The timing was off at the false start.
22. 5-yard penalty.
Those empty concrete seats that'll be filled next year.
It sounds like a lot more than 28,000 people.
Well, now it's 3rd and 9. And again, having a hard time getting the ball snapped. Nix throws. That one is caught. And no, incomplete, knocked away.
Personal foul. Chop block.
No.
Offense. Number 22 and number 68. That penalty is declined. The result of the play is 4th down.
So they declined the big chop block penalty because the pass was knocked away. And on 4th and 9, Oregon is sending the punt team out.
Yeah, watch 22. This is a good rule change. If you're going to pass protect, you got to stand up and block. You can't go down low on people. Results in injuries, and that's a good rule change. Safety play.
And the Beavers defense gets a stop. They pressure the punter, and they blocked it. Ball's on the turf. Oregon State had a chance to scoop it up and run. They will get on the football. So the special teams play for the Beavers with the punt block.
It could have been a number of guys who could have blocked that one. Tremendous failure by the Oregon pass block protection team. The 3 men up front. Look at the breakthrough. 3 guys had a shot at it. The Beavers come up with a big.
Well, senior day always emotional, but I think this particular group for Oregon State, including Jack Coletto, who gets credit for the recovery on the punt block just a moment ago, such a massive part of this program that has been totally turned around by Jonathan Smith and this group of Oregon State players.
Yeah, you think about some guys like James Randall, who's been here 7 years. The lean times, and now having some success.
Culbertson going to throw on 1st down after the punt block. Got away and throws an interception. What a pick! And the return, Christian Gonzalez down the sideline inside the 35. Man, has he had a great year.
Oh, my. That man. Keep the ball away from that man if you're a quarterback. This is why he's an NFL corner. Plays attention, has some ability to get up, and good hands. A lot of corners would have dropped the ball. Not Christian Gonzalez. That's his 4th pick of the season, I believe. That's
4th interception, and it's just a guy it's been hard to complete any passes against him.
He's outstanding. A young quarterback. Throw the ball away. It's only 1st down. Instead, it's a big takeaway, and Oregon is in business.
What a swing these last few minutes. The stop, the punt block, but then the pick. Bo Nix and the Oregon offense out there, empty backfield. Nix will throw across the middle. That one incomplete. That was a dangerous pass. I saw John McCartan. Linebackers had a really solid year. It's not a star-studded defense. They've just been really effective. Under 10 to play 1st half. Whittington gets the carry straight ahead and tackled it around the 30. That's Ryan Cooper who's making an impact. Oregon's 1 of 3 on 3rd down so far.
They've struggled with this empty formation tonight.
3rd and 7, and they move. I mean, it's loud here. Loud anyway.
What do you think of the chainsaw?
Offense number 71. 5-yard penalty. Still 3rd down.
Here it is.
The Oregon Ducks had that sound all week in practice, and they told us yesterday, yeah, everybody was sick and tired of it, but they thought it helped them prep for this game.
Okay, that one probably not making all the noise. Oregon wasn't really lined up properly. They are just having a hard time getting organized on offense. Lolo Hea in the backfield to take Bucky Irving down.
With 7 men up, now you got to figure out which ones are coming, or all 7 going to come. And look at all those guys standing up. Who's going to come to the quarterback? And it's going to be off the edge this time. And what's the coverage behind it?
Can they communicate? Play clock winding down to 1, down to 0, and they got it snapped. Next goes down anyway. Sacked, and Sione Loloea was everywhere in that sequence.
And
he had a lot of help too.
Yeah, Bo Nix is hot. He went right to the official. And made him go to the lineman. There was an overload, and these guys couldn't pick it all up.
Only 3 sacks allowed all year coming in, but the Beavers get to Nix on 4th down and get the ball back for their offense. Lead over the 9th-ranked Oregon Ducks in the 2nd quarter. Our college football playoff rankings brought to you by Capital One. They're going to be changing.
Yeah, I think Ohio State probably falls to 5 or 6.
Clemson goes down. That's big for the Pac-12. They've got 2 losses. They're out of the playoff picture, I think, no matter what. And a 1st down run for the freshman Damian Martinez, powering his way into Oregon territory inside the 45, a 14-yard gain.
Yeah, and if TCU continues to win, they should be in. They'll be an undefeated Big 12 champ. Still a ways to go.
Everybody's kind of assumed that Ohio State would be in a great position no matter what. The way that game played out, I don't think so.
That's a bad home loss.
If USC can win tonight and then win the Pac-12 championship, that's a big if. And if TCU can get through Kansas State next week, Martinez gets another carry. The true freshman, another big gain. So the Beavers on the ground down inside the 30. That's another 15 yards on the ground.
Did you see the push up front? Miller and company in that offensive line. They get right to Sewell and continue to push him out of the way too. Look at that drive inside by that offensive line. That is, wow. You don't see that very often against Oregon's defense.
And they're not a huge, overly physical line, but they have such a style and a way of blocking their run fits. Extremely effective. Use those tight ends, play fake, and a little end around. That's Silas Bolden, who's got great speed. Bolden to the outside. Penalty flag thrown, though. He gets a 1st down. We'll see. And there's another flag near the line of scrimmage. So maybe 2 different penalties on this play. This is the part of the field where they like to do that kind of stuff.
Play for a low block. 2 players fell down.
Okay, so we have 2 different flags, 2 different areas, and no penalty.
Play is a 1st down.
Wow, okay. They thought there was a low block, but it turns out that the player just fell down, so they picked up the flag. I have a question for you. Is there a sense of maybe being too aggressive at times if you're Oregon and Dan Lanning, passing up the 3 points earlier and then going for it on a 4th and 11, which is an extremely low percentage play? Too aggressive, maybe?
It's just the way that Oregon's done it this year.
Yeah.
Sticking to it. Martinez with the carry and got tripped up. I think he was looking for that end zone. Martinez still got 3 yards on the first down run. And Oregon State is driving, looking for their 9th win of the year. Under center, Culbertson. Handoff, that's Griffin picking his way forward, and he gets inside the 10 all the way down to the 5. Very close for 3rd and 1. And Coletto is a fullback here. Culbertson under center. They're going to hand it off. That's Martinez. Martinez pushes ahead, and I think with that push, I do think he got there. It'll depend on where they spot the ball. They're taking a look, and I think they're going to stop the clock and maybe bring out the chains.
I think that was
a terrible spot. A really, really poor spot there.
And they pulled that one back almost a full yard.
I think so. I don't think the knee was down. He was inside that 5. The ball is at almost the 4 when the knee touches down, and they've spotted the ball at the 5. So even if the measurement comes up short, I would think Oregon State might want them to take a look at the spot. And now the big replay on the video board, and only now is Jonathan Smith seeing that with his own eyes and wondering what's going on.
Well, he doesn't have to wonder. He can use a timeout and have it challenged.
Yeah, that's what I would do if I were the head coach.
But instead, it looks like a 4th and 1.
And I think he's going to call a timeout now.
Oregon State has called timeout and is challenging the ruling on the field that the runner was short in the first down. The play is now under replay review.
Let's look for that knee.
Knee down there. I mean, that ball is
you can't bring the ball back to where his knee was.
No.
Hey, his upper body is beyond the 5-yard line when his knee is down.
They didn't blow the whistle there. They allowed him to push forward. The knee goes down.
After review, the ruling on the field is confirmed.
Wow.
It's 4th down.
That is just absolutely inexplicable.
You got to be kidding me.
Knee down there. The ball is not close to where they spotted it.
Wow.
Confirmed.
Yes, confirmed. There's Coletto now. He's not run the ball yet today.
He is the quarterback, Coletto. Oregon's line shuffles. Now it's Martinez. High snap. Went up and got the snap, and he didn't get there. I think the high snap kind of interrupted the timing of the play. The Ducks defense comes up with a stop.
What a big tackle inside.
It's a yard short because it's in the same spot.
Timing thrown off. Now here comes Sewell. Was the last to get there, the first one to get there. Looks like that was Casey Rogers who was in there first.
And Casey Rogers, I thought, played great last week against Utah. We're measuring again, even though I think it's well short. The whole sequence is just so bizarre.
Well, that play was destroyed up front by Rogers and Hudson right off the bat.
I don't blame the Beavers for going for it there.
No, neither do I. Just an observation that we've had both teams say no to field goals and go for it on 4th down, and the defense
makes for some exciting football.
I'm here for it.
Timeout here in Corvallis. So now the Ducks backed up at their own 5. Bo Nix in the shotgun will stand right at the goal line. And he's going to hand the ball off Noah Whittington. Whittington gets away, and Whittington outside the 10. Some breathing room for Oregon's offense. 2nd and 3. Nix will hand it off again to Whittington, and you can see why he's so effective, just bouncing left and right. Jordan James in the backfield, and with a fullback look for the Ducks on third and short. James will fall forward and get the first down. And kind of the theory is, look, if we make you earn it, at some point you're going to make a mistake. We're not going to be the team to make the mistake. It has been a defensive-oriented first half. Nix looked left, now rolling right. He'll plant and throw, and it's low, incomplete. He hit his receiver, Franklin, in the leg.
Yeah, and that tells you that Nix is not helping. He's rolling to his right, and he's got to push off of that right ankle to make that throw. And that's the ankle, that's the problem. This is the first time they've had him roll out. You see him turn off the left leg, but nothing on that back leg. Couldn't come to the full stop.
Franklin was open. Second and 10.
Yeah. He's more accurate just sitting in the pocket throwing the ball.
Nix is going to throw it again, and again with plenty of time across the middle. And that's a perfect delivery for Cota. First down, Ducks outside the 40.
Again, first down, and they know what to expect from that defense. And give credit to Kenny Dillingham for having the plan to say, hey, they're not coming with anything special. We know they'll be in the soft coverage. We can get the ball behind the linebackers.
Cota, the Oregon native, who spent most of his career at UCLA, the transfer to Oregon, healthy today. He's made two big plays. Franklin with the catch, and then tackled right near midfield. That's a nice gain of 7 on first down.
One of the few times that Oregon State brought pressure on first down. But you have to be coordinated. When you do that, the corners can't back out of there. The ball's going to come out fast. That pass should not be completed like that.
Very evenly played half in Corvallis. Nix, the quick throw, and the catch by Irving. That's another Oregon first down inside the 45.
The quick outlet throw to the receivers.
We saw so much of that last week in Eugene. Little pressure comes. Nix will throw on the move. Knocked down, incomplete.
Break your tendency, bring some pressure on first down, and now Oregon has to adjust to that. This pressure up the middle and forcing Nix to move. You know he's struggling when he moves. Bring the pressure and force him to move. Max pro if you have to.
Second down, pistol, play fake to Irving. Nix looking deep down the field, still looking, throws, and it's low, but scooped up. I think that's a catch. Man, what an effort by Dante Thornton.
Man, has he come on the last couple of weeks.
Oregon wants to go fast in case there's a review. Ducks are lined up. They haven't stopped the play. And they will snap the ball. The throw across the middle, and that one's complete to Thornton again. And now a timeout for Oregon with under 40 seconds to go in the half.
First of the half.
Lots to dissect in this first half. We have two very controversial plays involving the officials here in the last couple minutes of gameplay.
What a great Saturday. How great is college football?
Just a year of unpredictability and fun. 11th play of the drive coming for the Ducks here. Final seconds of the first half. Nix in the pocket is going to scramble. Nix will go down, and we'll see where they spot it. They're going to stop the clock momentarily and say he got the first down. So now they're going to wind. Under 30 seconds. Clock rolling. Ducks have timeout still. Nix takes the snap, throws middle to Cota. He takes a big hit, hangs onto the ball, and now Oregon will use one of those two timeouts.
As you mentioned earlier, they believe in being aggressive and not settling for field goals.
You're definitely not going to kick with that one timeout still in your pocket. Nice catch by Chase Cota. He's having a big first half.
They missed him the last couple of weeks. He made the big touchdown catch in the first quarter.
And I think it's always cool. I mean, he's a Medford native. He grew up around this rivalry. Oregon State, went to UCLA out of high school, but getting a chance to play for the Ducks and having a big afternoon.
Well enough for them to do the quarterback zone read game with them, quarterback counter, but they're letting him move around the pocket a bit.
2nd and 3. One timeout still for the Ducks from inside the 10. End of the half. Nix throws the slant. Caught. Franklin, touchdown. What a drive. It started at the 5-yard line, and Oregon goes 95 yards and takes almost all the time off the clock, and they get in the end zone.
What a route by Franklin to get inside, and he's working against a really good corner, Wright, who's banged up and's got the broken thumb, but a good route to get inside and make the throw as easy as possible for Bo Nix. That was a spectacular cut to get inside.
95 yards. Extra point is up and good. The 8th touchdown of the year for Troy Franklin, who's turned into one of the best wide receivers in the Pac-12.
Yeah, you know, defensively, you really don't want receivers to get inside down around the goal line. You want to keep them to the outside and make the throw a tough one. But you just see that Wright isn't able to move that well. That broken thumb is an issue, and Franklin ran a really nice little short post to get inside.
Ducks have a knack for end of first half, beginning of second half. They have dominated those sort of swing minutes all season long under Dan Lanning.
What gets emphasized is what gets done. And they talk about the last 4 minutes of the first half and the first 4 minutes of the second half. They've made that a priority in their program, and so it's not a surprise that they're good at it.
They have the best scoring differential in those last first 4 minutes of any team in the country. Begins our coverage at 6 Eastern. The Beavers are going to take a knee and head to the locker rooms.
You know, Bo Nix, you know, we didn't know if he'd be able to move very much. He's more mobile this week than he was last week, and he's been the key player in the first half for Oregon offensively.
Ducks will get the ball. They talk about dominating. You heard from Dan Lanning as we went to break at the end of the first half, dominating those middle 8, the last 4 minutes of the first half, first 4 minutes of the second half. They will have the ball here, a chance to do that with their offense coming on the field as we get back to football. Lots at stake. One of the most consequential editions of this rivalry game. See the numbers for Bo Nix. No Ducks. Shorter kickoff. Hudson's going to take it at the 5 and return it out across the 30. And Hudson almost broke free, tackled around the 33-yard line. We're talking about Bo Nix, our hardest working player, brought to you by Duluth Trading Company.
Yeah, you know, he hasn't been able to run the ball like he normally would as a dual threat quarterback, but 14 of 19 passing, including the biggest play of the day, the bomb to Cota, that really got things going for the Ducks. And again, he's moved around in the pocket a little bit, hasn't had to use his legs as a runner, but he's moved around enough to make good throws. Again, the accuracy and the leadership there.
Against a defense, Oregon State, that's been very solid, arguably the best defense in the Pac-12 this year. Excellent numbers for Nix, who's going to throw on the first play of the second half, going backwards, and he just throws the ball away. Fog this morning all over this region. It's burned off. It's just a spectacular fall day. Handoff, Whittington straight ahead run. Gets close to the 40, stops short. It'll be third down.
Whittington out as a wide receiver. That's a matchup.
Nix in the pocket, dancing around. He takes a hit, and it's incomplete.
He's healthy. He gets out of that. But I think Sandberg got him from behind here. The pocket starts to collapse. Usually that ball is out faster, but nobody open.
On Sandberg, a part of the pressure as well. Two experienced defensive linemen. End over end punt. And a fair catch signal inside the 30. The Beavers offense will come back.
Hey, Bo Nix is playing great.
Indeed he is, but the Beavers defense got to stop. So now Oregon State's offense on the field, a play fake, and the throw is intercepted. Intercepted, and the return, Bassa down the left sideline, inside the 10, is going to get shoved out of bounds. Jeffrey Bassa, the linebacker, right there, the second pick of the game for the Ducks.
And Culbertson simply did not see him. Bassa inside, taking his drop. You see 33 taking his drop, getting some depth underneath the curl route, and there he is. He just did not see him, didn't anticipate, have to recognize zone coverage and that the linebacker will be underneath. He just never, ever saw him. Didn't expect him to be there.
That was just a bad throw.
Bad read, bad decision, bad throw. It was all bad.
So first and goal after the long return. Handoff straight ahead. Touchdown, Oregon. Jordan James. That didn't take long.
You heard Lanning talk about the middle 8. Well, they owned it, the middle 4 going into halftime, and they're owning the first 4 of the third quarter. Double team inside. Easy roll into the end zone.
No team in the country better in this swing period, end of first half, beginning second half, than the Oregon Ducks. 5th touchdown of the year for Jordan James. Extra point. Kick is up, and it is good. So the Ducks get a turnover. They had 3 interceptions last week against Cam Rising and Utah. They've got 2 of them here against Culbertson and Oregon State this week.
You want to be a big man in a rivalry series and be known forever? How about getting a pick in the second half to set up your team? Bassa did that, and then James finished it off for the Ducks. Can Oregon State get back in it? USC on the ropes early in the season, but kept throwing picks in that game, and that cost them that ball game. And the 2 interceptions today have really put them in a hole.
So the Beavers are going to get the ball back. Lots of time left. We're still early in the third quarter, but the touchdown at the end of the first half and then the touchdown right here early in the second half. Returnable kickoff for Oregon State out close to the 25.
You know, Flem, you go back and you take a look at the 2 picks that they've thrown today, and it starts to shatter your confidence a little bit if you're Oregon State. Now, you see the second pick by Bassa after the first one by Gonzalez. You have to throw the ball to get back in this game. Only 4 completed passes for Oregon State so far. They can't win with throwing the ball that little.
Ducks have a knack. 16 interceptions, top 5 in all of college football. Martinez gets the handoff, and Martinez will run it straight ahead. Nice gain of 4 on first down. Second down, another handoff. Martinez again. The true freshman running back got drilled. Big hit. Bennett Williams, who was the Pac-12 Defensive Player of the Week after his performance last week against Utah, where he was making plays all over the field.
Good for him. You know, he had gone through a couple of weeks where teams were targeting him, had a rough outing against the Huskies of Washington, but came back last week with a huge game, including, 12 tackles or 14 tackles, and a big pick in that game. Couple
2
picks.
of them.
Yeah.
So now third down. Culbertson throws, and it's knocked down, incomplete. He did not look like a very confident quarterback there, kind of falling off his back foot. Keon Ware Hudson got his hand up there, knocked it down. It's 4th down.
Well, and these third down passing situations really allow, this pass rush to get after you. And Keon Ware Hudson got his hands up, but all the pressure is still coming. Dorless, DJ Johnson.
So Oregon State's punt unit on the field. Ducks defense, some big plays early in the second half. Fair catch made it around the 33-yard line. It's a pretty good one, I think. 1 rush touchdown today. We'll see if he gets it. Bo Nix would be the 4th quarterback since 1996 to have 25 or more passing touchdowns, 15 or more rushing touchdowns through 12 games. Who are the other 3?
3?
Swing pass on first down for the Ducks. That's Bucky Irving, who gets tackled in the open field, but outside the 35 for a positive gain of 3, maybe 4 yards. Bucky Irving's been a good fit in this offense. He and Noah Whittington together. We've seen Jordan James make some nice plays. Johnson Smith needs his defense to come up with a stop. Ducks were down 10-7. Now it's 21-10, and they have the ball. Irving, left side run, and he's tackled short of the 40. It's going to be 3rd down and maybe 4. 3rd and 4. Nix throws middle, and the pass is caught. That's Franklin, and that's an Oregon first down. Another beautiful route by the sophomore Troy Franklin.
Yeah, just a quick little drag route. Got inside again.
Beat the linebacker Omar Spates. So 1st and 10 Ducks at the 45. Some pressure comes on 1st down. Nix, pressure never got to him. He finds Franklin again, who gets spun forward for a gain of about 15 all the way down to the Beavers 40.
Yeah, when Oregon has gone empty, it has really spread out the Oregon State defense, and they really haven't had an answer. They don't like to play press man coverage. They don't like to be in man in early downs, and so the holes are there.
What a year for young Kenny Dillingham, the offensive coordinator of the Ducks. We got a matchup of arguably the guys who've been the 2 best coordinators in the league this year. Trent Bray, the defensive coordinator for the Beavers. And Kenny Dillingham has done a terrific job. Play fake, little slant. That's Cota out into the open. Chase Cota down to the 20, having a huge game against the Beavers. That's 21 more yards.
Yeah, screen game. Now, when you are playing zone coverage that much on 1st down, all you need is a little block from another one of the receivers, and they get it in that screen game. So Kenny Dillingham is a step ahead of Oregon State right now.
Quick tempo. Whittingham with the carry.
Yeah, Whittingham, hot hand, keep giving him the ball. Screen play, you see the lineman get out, and there's your block. You're off to the races.
Alex Forsythe.
Remember, this is an offensive line that's banged up. Hardly anyone is more than 60-70%.
Playing well, though. Cota nearing 100 yards with still a lot of time still to go. Ducks on the move. Nix throws left. That pass is caught. And then the quick turn. Hudson gets shoved out of bounds. Chris Hudson, though, inside the 5. It's going to be 1st and goal.
I tell you, the timing, the accuracy, and Bo Nix has just been stellar. That's too much room to give a receiver down in this part of the field.
A very rare missed tackle for Alex Austin. Now Whittington, touchdown Oregon. Ducks are taking control of this game.
I see you dancing. And Whittington's got the hot hand. A good blocking, but watch the way he finds the hole, good vision, and just sort of squirts into the end zone. A good job up front to give him that hole on the right side over there in that B gap.
8 plays, 67 yards, and with the extra point, 7 more for Oregon. Just a few moments ago on the game clock, this was a very close game, and in fact Oregon State had that 10-7 lead. Oregon, though, quick strike offense. Touchdown at the end of the 1st half. Interception and touchdown, and now a longer drive. Whittington punches it in, and the Ducks are up 28-10. Phil Knight, who's had, well, you can't even really describe the impact he's had on Oregon's athletic department and especially their football program over the years. Fair catch at around the 25. So they'll put the ball where he fair caught the ball. All right. Aflac trivia question we'll ask and give you the answer. Bo Nix, if he gets a rushing touchdown, would be the 4th quarterback since '96. 25 passing touchdowns, 15 rushing touchdowns through 12 games. The other 3 are Tim Tebow, Lamar Jackson, Jalen Hurts.
How could we not know that?
Well, I'm not saying I didn't know it. I just didn't want to spoil the answer for everybody.
I was way off.
Why give it away? Culbertson throws. Took a hit as he delivered the ball, and it's caught across the 40. Tyjon Lindsey with the catch. There is a flag back in the backfield. Maybe a late hit or an illegal hit on the quarterback.
Personal foul, targeting, defense number 3. This penalty is now under replay review.
Automatically reviewed.
Yeah, this would likely just be the defenseless player issue. You have a defenseless player. You need forcible contact to the head or neck area, and you need an indicator, a launch or crouching. Is there forcible contact to the head or neck area? Can't see from that angle. It looks like the force was with the shoulder, and I didn't see a launch. I didn't see him crouch or launch at him. I don't think this is targeting.
I don't think so either.
I didn't see it launch at all, and I didn't see any forcible contact to the head.
After review, there is no foul for targeting. first down.
Now it's important for Dorless to stay on the field for this game. It's also important if that call had been upheld and Oregon goes to the Pac-12 Championship game next week, he would have had to miss the first half.
Yeah. Now there is a new procedure where you can appeal to the conference and they can look and allow you to play, but they don't have to deal with that now.
No targeting. Jam Griffin in the game. They're going to split him out wide left on 1st and 10 Beavers. Culbertson in the pocket. Will throw short. It is caught. And then the ball pops out. It's on the turf. I think that was a catch and a fumble. He had control for a step or two, Trayshawn Harrison. Now the question is, who came up with the ball?
Well, I don't think there's any question that he had a catch and then tried to run with the ball and got it knocked out.
Oregon thinks they have it. They come away with the ball. Casey Rogers has it. It's Ducks football. Another Oregon State turnover, this time on a fumble.
Yeah, big hit. You'll see right after the catch.
On the field is a completed pass. Fumble. Recovery by Oregon. First down.
Yeah, he is still up. And that looked like that was Keith Brown, 21, who comes in with the hit.
Triquez Bridges, the big, strong sophomore cornerback, may have helped to wrestle that ball free.
Ruling on the field was a completed catch and a fumble with the recovery by Oregon. This play is now under replay review.
He was just simply trying to run with the ball. Got tackled and ball came out. Catch, no catch, and is there targeting? And again, this would be a defenseless player and forcible contact to the head, neck area. That is there. Check. Is there a launch? Yeah, he lowered.
After review, the ruling on the field of a catch, a fumble, and a recovery by Oregon is confirmed. First down, Oregon.
Well, they need their defense to step up and make a play, or this one will be over.
They haven't been able to these last few times Oregon's had the ball. Whittington gets tackled. Second down, play fake to Whittington. Shoulder fake Nix. Now he throws, and he short hop Franklin.
Not a bad day. 19 of 27. And this is, again, where Oregon State will try and light up Nix. But the coverage, do they play zone behind it or man? Could it be a big play if they play man?
Play clock down to 5. The screen, Cota with the catch and run, and Cota stays on his feet and gets the first down. The perfect call for the defense. Chase Cota goes over 100 yards for the day, and it's a Ducks first down.
Yeah, Oregon State has not found an answer to this spread formation, this empty formation. You see tight ends getting out there. That's Matavo, who got the key block and let Cota come in right behind him and pick up the yards for a first down.
Oregon State gets a lot of credit for the way it uses tight ends, but Oregon also loves the tight end room. Now a handoff Bucky Irving, and he gets through that initial push down to the 25-yard line. That's a gain of 5. I think a smoother all-around offensive game here today. Last week against Utah. First half, yes. Second half, not much. Today, Nix and the Oregon offense just been really solid. Whittington gets stuffed at the line of scrimmage. Beavers sure need to make something happen on defense.
They're playing too far off in the secondary.
And now penalty flags fly.
False start. Offense number 78. 5-yard penalty. Remains third down.
Forsythe, the center.
Yeah.
Nix on 3rd and long. Gets it to Cota again. Cota still going forward. Tough to bring down to the 25. He'll be tackled about 4.5 yards short. It's 4th down. This one from the left side, 42 yards out. Good snap and hold. Kick is on the way, and it is good. And this is a much different style game here today, but again, I think we're seeing, this is not a knock on Ben Culbertson, who maybe has a chance someday to be a real impact kind of player, but The quarterback play for the Beavers this year has not been good enough. They've had good performances basically every other part of their roster.
Yeah, when you play Oregon, USC, your quarterback play has to be at an elite level. No question about it.
And USC, that's our primetime matchup against Notre Dame coming up tonight.
Can't wait to watch Martinez out into the open. The freshman, Damian Martinez, down inside the 35. Haven't been able to throw the ball at all, the Beavers, but the run game has been productive. Martinez a little gimpy getting up.
Yeah, he's had 5 straight games of over 100 yards rushing. I think he will be your Pac-10 offensive freshman of the year. He's dynamic. Talking to Jonathan Smith about him, he wants to make sure that he's happy here, because he knows when the season's over, other programs with name, image, and likeness will come hunting after him.
Texas native, they hurt that right leg or knee, so jam Griffin in as the tailback. He'll get the ball here, and Griffin, who's had some nice runs today, down to the 25. Oregon State needs points, and they need them quickly.
Yeah, you talked about the way Jonathan Smith has developed this program over the 5 years. It's really been something impressive. Normally their passing attack is better than this, but it's been almost 2 hours since they completed a pass.
Yeah, they did complete a couple last drive, so the drought is over. But in terms of real time on your watch,
yeah,
if you're an Oregon State fan, it took a long time to see a pass completed. Fenwick, Deshaun Fenwick is in the game. He's been banged up so much this year, but he's a talented back. Flag thrown, big game, but I think this one is likely coming.
Sure, they saw that one. Maybe they saw something.
Personal
There was a
foul.
hold.
Hands to the face. Defense number 91. Half the distance to the goal. Automatic first
So
down.
that's on the Ducks, a hands to the face penalty. Jordan Riley gets called for the personal foul.
Yeah, some good blocking on the left side. I thought a bit of a hold, pushing inside. You'll see this play, the center here. This is where you're going to see the hands to the face.
They're under the face mask, I guess.
Maybe. I didn't see that so clearly.
Almost a face mask on the tackle, too.
Yeah.
So the Beavers have the ball first and goal. Pitch play, left side, Fenwick. And he will get to the pylon. Touchdown, Oregon State.
And Fenwick just kept pounding his way, bouncing off. And you see a nice little crackback block at the initial play to get to the corner.
They're going to review and make sure that he got in.
If you stop counting.
I've stopped counting, and I've definitely stopped guessing.
Yeah. Let's see. He's down.
I think the ball just barely. The nose of the ball is across the plate.
Remember, you need indisputable video evidence to overturn the call on the field.
Stands. Touchdown.
Just what Oregon State needed. It's 31-16 with the extra point coming here.
You remind each other, if you're Oregon State, you're only 2 possessions out of the ball game.
Got to find a way to stop the Oregon offense. The kick was good, but there is a flag.
Offside. Defense. That penalty is declined. The result of the extra point is good.
Oregon's got some hands players up front, and it will not be an onside kick. They just kick it deep toward the end zone. It'll be a touchback. Meanwhile, Nix and the Oregon offense, they just want to keep doing what they've been doing. I think it's been a terrific game plan and excellent execution from the Ducks. Play fake. Nix in the pocket throws. He's got his tight end wide open. That's Ferguson down the sideline into Beavers territory. Leaps over a would-be tackler and gets upended close to the 20.
And how about Oregon guessing along with man coverage on first down and just sneaking the tight end out of the backfield, and he gets lost. Nobody picks him up. Ferguson all by himself, just a little wheel route, and he got lost.
54 yards. Now Irving handoff left side, and he lowers his shoulders and puts a hit on the defender Oladapo. 8 more yards on the ground for the Ducks. These Oregon backs, I mean, they're not huge, but they run with some power. Just when the Beavers thought they were back in the game after the touchdown drive, here come the Ducks again. Irving spins away, and he'll get down inside the 10, where it's going to be first and goal. If you need a game as evidence as to why some programs are looking at young Kenny Dillingham as a possible head coach, this would be a good game to watch. Nix toward the end zone, incomplete. Franklin, the intended target.
You know what's really most impressive to me is that you think about Oregon's offense and Nix being, you know, a third or so of their rushing attacks. You see the end of that play, and to lose that and to still be able to move the offense, to adjust to it and to get points, that's pretty impressive 2 weeks in a row.
Second and goal. Jordan James, who has a touchdown run in this one already, the freshman, with that tight end fullback look, and Nix is under center here. Handoff left side. James ran into his own blocker and had nowhere to go.
Those weren't tight ends, man. Those were big extra offensive linemen. That was a lot of beef that Oregon put on the left side of that formation. And just all these big guys, and they get right back into their counter. Nowhere to go with it. But
the tight end was the fullback there, Patrick Herbert.
Yeah.
Younger brother of Justin.
Formation, open end the other side. Ferguson in that second position over there with the three receivers.
Nix is going to hand the ball off, and Oregon State was not fooled. So on third and goal from around the 10, a 4-yard carry, and Dan Lanning, he sent the field goal team out last time. The end of the third quarter. Bo Nix and the Ducks are in control with the 31-17 lead. The turnovers have been a big part of the story, and Oregon's offense has capitalized against a very solid defense. 31-17 Ducks. Dan Lanning decides to send the kicker, Camden Lewis, out there for a short 24-yard field goal try.
It's the right play. Make it a 3-possession game. Well, 2-possession game.
Kick is up, and it is good. So Lewis boots one through, and I think that was probably the plan all along. There is a penalty flag down.
I don't mind them talking. I just don't want them to talk for too long.
There's no foul for leaping. The player on defense was on the line of scrimmage. The result of the play is the field goal is good.
So the field goal is good. 34-17, the Ducks doubling up the Beavers. Oregon trying to clinch a spot in the Pac-12 Championship game. They will take on USC. USC's already in. USC trying to win tonight to keep their playoff hopes alive. Oregon's thinking, man, if Bo Nix hadn't gotten hurt at the end of that game at home against Washington, maybe we'd be the team thinking about the playoff from the Pac-12.
But if this holds, this score holds, what a matchup between Oregon and USC. Caleb Williams and Bo Nix.
Still a quarter to play. Beavers are going to get the ball back, and they will return this kick from the goal line. Out to the 20 with speed, to the 30, to the 40, still on his feet, Silas Bolden, and a penalty flag at the end of the return. Maybe a face mask there at the, well, we'll see.
During the return, personal foul, face mask, kicking team. It's a 15-yard penalty. It'll be first down, Oregon State.
Yeah, well, this is the kind of help that Oregon State needs to get back into the game. A much shorter field now. Bolden, he's dynamic with the football, and there's a face mask. You see that one. Hand slipped down to the collar, but initially had the mask. The problem for Oregon State is the big plays have to come in the rushing attack. They haven't been able to make big plays throwing the ball.
Last drive, it was good enough.
Yeah.
They got down the field quickly. Griffin in the backfield here. Pitch play right side. Jam Griffin will force his way down to the 32 or so, a gain of 4. The contrast in quarterback performance in this huge game has been stark. Moves Griffin behind him, and they'll hand it off left side run now for Jam Griffin, who breaks free to the left side, to the 20, and down to the 15. He's tackled there. First down, Beavers.
Yeah, this offensive line, again, trying to attack the edges. Those edge rushers try to make them play.
And now he's a little banged up, Jam Griffin.
And Griffin from a family of brothers, 3 other brothers who all earned college football scholarships.
Deshaun Fenwick had a touchdown run on the last drive, but for this play, it's Newell who will get the carry straight ahead. Newell, touchdown. Maybe they don't have to throw.
No. Deep handoff, kind of a sprint deep draw is something you don't see a lot of in college football. You don't see a lot of under center. But Jonathan Smith tells us he believes it gives the running back downhill ability and better vision. And you could see the vision and the cutback lane there.
Now movement, maybe. Oregon called a timeout. So the Ducks.
Oregon's timeout occurred before the ball was snapped.
Ducks called the timeout before the ball was snapped.
This will be a 30-second timeout.
I don't have the chart that Jonathan Smith has, but with still 13 plus to go, I think you kick it through, make it a 10-point game. It's 34-24, and you feel like you got a chance.
I think he also felt like he had a play that he wanted to use, and that timeout took him out of that play. But guess what? Oregon State's not dead. There's something happening here. Let's see if they get back in all the way.
For your college football day today here in Corvallis. After the Oregon State Beavers got back in the end zone, now the kickoff. Hudson returns. Flag thrown on the return. The tackle at the 20. So I think Oregon's offense is going to have poor field position here. Typically, that would be against the return team. Kickoff
During the
returns.
return, holding return team number 44. The penalty is half the distance to the goal. Oregon's ball, first down.
Game's not over.
Not yet. This is gonna back up the Oregon Ducks. Let's go back to the play. You see there's the hold and the takedown.
Oregon had the 95-yard drive at the end of the first half to get in the end zone. Play fake on first down here. Nix with time throws, and it's incomplete. Man, lots of orange jerseys around Cota there. Now a little pitch play left side with running room, and the tackle outside the 10 at about the 14-yard line. Jaden Grant came up and made a big tackle. Gain of 6. It'll be 3rd and 4.
Yeah, and how does Oregon State play it now? They've been burned a couple times when they tried the pressure, but this is who they are. 3rd down, spicy defense, trust the man coverage. Empty formation has been a problem for the Beavers.
Nix looking to throw quickly. He'll get his pass batted down. Ferguson was out of the open, and Fisher Morris got a hand on it and saved the day for the Beavers. I think Bo knows.
Yes, he did.
There was a big play to be had there.
Oh, nothing but green in front of Ferguson if that ball isn't tipped. Oregon State was trying to mix it up a little bit with what they were doing defensively. They brought some pressure and left the man completely open.
So now the Ducks have to punt from the goal line. And the punt is bobbled. The snap was bobbled. And Barry got tackled at the 1.
Wow.
And it was actually Alex Bales, the punter, who dropped the snap.
It wasn't a bad snap.
It was a good snap.
I think he just took his eyes off to take a look and dropped it. That's right there. I mean, he had to take one step to his right, but that's a snap that he catches 99% of the time.
Bales just dropped the ball, and the Beavers are a yard away. Coletto, touchdown.
How in the world is Oregon State in this game with 6 completed passes? You need indisputable video evidence. Got to be clear that he doesn't get in order to overturn the call.
I'll save him some time.
Yeah.
If they call him down, the whole they're building a new stadium. The shell of this place might just crumble.
He thinks he's
After
short.
review, The runner's left forearm was down. It'll be second down at the half-yard line.
Well, it was down, but I think the ball was over the goal line when it was down.
Why wouldn't you run the same play?
Quickly to the line of scrimmage.
Or just sneak it and push your quarterback in.
I think that's what they're going to do. Culbertson, the ball popped up, and he snatched it out of the air, and now it is a touchdown. He almost lost it.
Are you kidding me? That ball was almost a free-for-all. It could have been anybody's.
So now it's 34-30. What could have been? Ball popped in the air, and Ben Culbertson somehow found it.
How do you feel about the let's push the guy into the end zone?
Doesn't feel like the spirit of the game, the way teams are doing it now, but hey, they got victimized by it. USC won the game because of that kind of play here earlier. Line drive, extra point up and good. 21 unanswered points for Oregon State. It's a 3-point game, and the special teams mistake by the Ducks, just a drop snap. It put the Beavers at the doorstep. It took them 2 tries and a bobble, but they got it in. 3-point lead for the Ducks. High kickoff here toward the end zone, and it's going to bounce at the goal line, and Hudson will pick it up and try to run it back, and he gets tackled short of the 10.
If Oregon loses this game, it'll be because of their special teams.
So drama elsewhere, but I would suggest just staying with us here. Handoff for Oregon, and Whittington with a nice tough run outside the 15. The Ducks could use just a little stability right now on offense. What a weird play, the kickoff after the Beavers touchdown.
Well, you know what he's thinking is, I don't want to leave this ball free in the field of play and let Oregon State come down and get it. That's what's going through his mind. That's why I picked it up.
It was like a pooch kickoff instead of a pooch punt. The ball was backing up.
Weird bounce.
He didn't come up and field it on the fly. Let it bounce. Whittington now picking his way ahead, and Noah Whittington will get real close. I think with forward progress, he got the first down he did.
He's had the hot hand for them in that tag team running back position they have with Bucky Irving.
Oregon well over 400 total yards of offense. Beavers don't yet have 300, and yet it's a 3-point game. The quick hitter and the tackle in the open field by Ryan Cooper. Cota lost yardage on the play.
He refused to be blocked by Cota that time on the edge. And we've talked about the receivers blocking so well. Not that time. He just made a really good play. Cooper just got rid of Cota, got inside, and made the tackle. That's outstanding cornerback play.
They're going to flip the ball. Oregon will. Left side run. Bucky Irving got shoved out of bounds. He got the lost yardage back, and then maybe a couple. Nix in the pocket. Nix is going to look right. Now he's going to throw, and it is caught. Wow, what a catch. I didn't think Irving could even see the ball.
I don't think he could.
Tackled right close, but short of the line to gain. So Oregon, are they going to go for it at their own 29?
Yes, they are. Yes, they are. They've done this before. It's going to be a huge
catch.
play.
Nix will keep it. Nix doesn't get there. They went for it. And every Oregon fan has to be thinking of 2 weeks ago at Autzen without Nix on the field. That was a slip. This was just a tackle in the backfield.
Again, you've got an injured quarterback who has not run the ball for you most of the day, maybe one run, and on a key 4th down in your own territory, you give him the ball. That's going to be a decision that gets questioned. And I asked you earlier, sometimes too aggressive. This would be one of those times.
Under 10 minutes to go. Handoff straight ahead. Fenwick, and Fenwick just powering his way inside the 20. He gets 11. And not throwing the ball at all. Just handed it off. Fenwick to the right side. Fenwick out of bounds.
251 yards rushing for Oregon State.
There's no foul for an illegal block by number 84. Number 84, the offense was lined up in the tackle box. Second down.
Oregon's defense, I think, for most of this game, they were playing very well.
Yeah, they've been put in difficult positions a couple times this second half.
But now they can't stop the run game of the Beavers. Second and short. Fenwick again. Fenwick will lunge forward. So Fenwick out. Newell will come back in. Damian Martinez has been banged up. He hadn't been in the game in a while. He's their star. Handoff. Newell. Newell fighting for the goal line. Getting a push. Touchdown! Half the state of Oregon was pushing him to the goal line, and the Beavers take the lead.
Well, the push began right after the snap. That right side with Fuaga leading the way, just crushing down the defensive edge of Oregon, and it continued all the way into the end zone.
I just can't believe what's happened and how fast it's happened. Extra point up and good. That's 28 unanswered points for Oregon State without basically completing a pass.
28 unanswered. Oregon State was only going to get back in this game with a lot of help from Oregon, and Oregon gave them help with special teams play and a bad decision on 4th and short in your own territory. So that blame gets shared by the Ducks, and wow, what a finish we
this
have.
Game. Just incredible what has happened here. Oregon was up 31-10, and in the second half, the Beavers have taken control.
Yeah, the running game has been there most of the game for them. It continued after the first 4 minutes of the third quarter. They've had to use different backs because Martinez got hurt, and then Oregon started to help Oregon State. The bad play, special team play with a drop punt, and then a decision that boggles the mind on a 4th and 1 in their own territory. They have Bo Nix run it. He doesn't get anywhere, and Oregon State comes right back and grinds the ball into the end zone.
Still got 8:11 on the clock. It's 38-34. Oregon's got to be stunned. Cota with the catch, but the open field tackle. Not as much room to run for Cota.
So,
that's a pretty short gain on first down, maybe 2 or 3 yards.
Flynn, one of the old school things that gets lost in today's game is you get a 3-score lead, 21 points in the second half. You start to shorten the game, bleed the clock. But with a high up-tempo spread offense, you can't do that.
Nix slings it across the middle. That was almost intercepted. Fisher Morris was right there.
Talked about doubling Franklin on those inside routes in must-passing situations. That's where he wants to go. And you got him covered over the top, and you got a linebacker, Kyrie Fisher-Morris, moving in there. Can Oregon protect Nix?
Beavers bring some pressure. It was picked up. The throw is caught by Cota near midfield. Man, what a big play by Nix and Chase Cota, who's having a monster game. That's 21 yards.
Yeah, they picked up the pressure that gave Nix the time to beat the one-on-one. Cota time to beat the one-on-one coverage.
And now the quicker tempo, trying to gain some kind of advantage. Irving with the carry, and some powerful yards for Bucky Irving into Oregon State territory.
Let's go back to that big completion on third down. Again, they pick up all the pressure, and Cota beats the safety on that corner route. He has time. He gets open.
9 catches, 136 yards for Cota.
It's a nice way to come back home, right?
Whittington alongside Nix. Whittington with the carry. Noah Whittington spins through the first would-be tackler. Noah Whittington inside the 40. That's another Oregon first down.
He was hit and kind of stopped after 4 yards. He tacked on another 9 afterwards. And he runs so hard. 5'8", 194 pounds. Just keeps churning. Big play.
Huge drive here for the Ducks. Everything was working against Oregon, but the Ducks trying to stabilize things a little bit here. 4 yards on first down into Beavers territory. Under 6 minutes to go. Second down, Nix rolling right, throws deep toward the end zone. It is incomplete. Franklin, the intended target. Penalty flag was thrown.
It was an offensive pass interference.
Pass interference. Defense.
It was not.
Number 23. 15-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
And
those were the two that got in the fight earlier in the game.
Yeah, okay, well, there we go. You got the reach and the grab up high. That's an easy call.
You got both Irving and Whittington on the field at the same time. This is a different looking formation for the Ducks. The tight end, Ferguson, comes in motion on first down after the penalty. Low snap, the pitch, and that is Irving. That was well defended by Oregon State because that was a different kind of look. That's assuming Michigan and Georgia are in. Those numbers are All-State playoff predictor. The Ducks and the Beavers here. Second down, Nix throws toward the end zone, incomplete. Trying to hit the tight end, Ferguson. Third and 7. Nix over the top for Franklin. Incomplete. But a flag throw. Not the official closest to the play. A different official threw a flag. Austin with coverage on Franklin.
Good that they talk about this.
Interference. Defense number 5.
Obviously huge. It was going to be 4th and 7.
Yeah, talking to the crew before the game, they were clear about, for a play like that, they need to see a grab, an actual grab by the defender and not just their hands, because they worry about the offensive player hooking the defender. I couldn't tell if he actually grabbed him with his hand.
Maybe a little grab up by the collar, maybe.
Yeah.
So now it's 1st and goal. Oregon trying to go back ahead. Jordan James in the backfield, and they will stop play. Timeout, Beavers.
Oregon State.
Well, that could loom large.
You know, pass interference is the most difficult call for officials. It's a judgment call. Sometimes you will get that one call, sometimes you won't. And you hate to see that in a situation. You want the players to make the play.
Dan Lanning holding up 4 and screaming at his players. I do believe he's not being real subtle about the strategy here. They got 4 plays to go 5 yards and go back ahead in this game.
Your point earlier about Oregon State using a timeout, they're right. That could loom large when they get the ball back, considering that their passing attack has been limited, and they're going to eat some clock to try to get any kind of a score. But for now, it's all about Oregon and inside the 5.
Nix is going to go under center with James and a tight end in front of him. James will get the carry. James gets stopped. Another Beavers defensive player is down. Simon Sandberg, who's been around this program for a long time, the native of Sweden. So Sandberg being helped off the field. Remember, with under 5 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter, Oregon kicked a field goal, and it was 31-10.
Yeah.
James again. James gets hit and stops short. Oregon State sits on those 2 timeouts.
Rawls 52 inside. Hopkins 99, just creating a pileup, slanting inside, nowhere to run.
2 plays to get 2.5 yards. Extra lineman to the left side. They're going to run that way. James spins away. James stuffed. And now it's 4th and goal.
And John Miller, 20, he was hanging on for dear life at the bottom here. And look at this. And then space comes in to finish him off. Big 4th down now.
So here we go.
Substitution. Now, this is where the injury to Bo Nix really hurts you if you're Oregon. You don't have the same threat of the quarterback run game.
Play clock is winding down. Oregon might need to call a timeout. They will. So here we go. 4th and goal. 3 minutes left. Irving, the tailback. Nix in the shotgun.
What kind of coverage do you play? Looks like man.
Nix rolling right. Going to throw, and it's incomplete. What a stand by the Oregon State defense.
Yeah, again, there's not a lot of room down there. So when you get man coverage as a defensive back, you know you can really jump on your receiver and overplay him because there's not a lot of room and not a lot of time. And Oregon State, Austin in particular, did it to perfection. There's a row. You're running out of room now. Defensively, you know there's not a lot of room. Now, maybe a little grab at the end there by Austin, but not enough to really affect the play.
So now Oregon only has one timeout. The Beavers backed up, trying to get some breathing room, and the straight-ahead run. Can the Ducks stop the run game? That's Fenwick. I mean, Beavers have to take as much time off as possible here. Up by 4. Under 2.5 to play. Play clock down to 4. They snap it at about 2. Handoff right side, Fenwick. And he'll get tackled short. So now the Ducks will use their final time.
Hey, Dave, Ryan, we are speechless on what's going on in the Civil War. Back to you.
It's incredible. Yeah. I mean, this is going to go down as one of the all-time great games in the long history of this rivalry. Oregon State's done this. The last completed pass came with 8:24 to go in the third quarter. They've run the ball on 15 straight plays.
They've completed 6 passes the entire game, and there's no reason to throw one now.
No, they need a yard, maybe a yard and a half. And the game's going to essentially be over. Culbertson hands it off straight ahead. Not much room. And we'll see. Where was the forward progress? Close. Very close. Beavers think they got it, and they did. Just enough. And no timeouts for the Ducks.
And fans in Utah are celebrating. Their chances are still alive.
Not as much as the fans in Corvallis are celebrating.
That is true.
This is just incredible.
Unbelievable.
It was 31-10 with under 5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Oregon State has scored 28 unanswered and come from behind. And now victory formation. There's the first knee down.
It's unbelievable.
Not counting this one, ended up in the end zone. That's what it took.
And remember what was at stake. All Oregon had to do was win, and they'd be in the Pac-12 Championship game.
There's the knee. They're going to have to do it one more time.
And now someone else will face USC in the Pac-12 Championship game.
Well, you can believe we're going to try to find. I don't know what the scene is going to be like when this game ends, but we're going to try to get to Jonathan Smith. The play sheet is in the back pocket, and that's where the win is going. For the former Beaver player, what a game.
Unbelievable.
Incredible. The final seconds tick off the clock. Hugely disappointing for the Ducks, and an incredible win. This beautiful scene in Corvallis. The 9th win of the year for the Beavers, and now it's official. 38-34. Let's go to Tiffany.
You're going to have to cue me.
You're cute, Tiff. You can go.
Hey, I lost you guys with all the craziness happening here. Coach Smith, 28 unanswered points for this team. You get the ice back. What does it feel like to win in this rivalry game?
Well, obviously special. Couldn't be more proud of this group. You know, playing for 4 quarters. We didn't play our best football for a while there. They kept believing and going, making some plays. It's unbelievable. Crowd made a difference. Special day.
You had Martinez go down with an injury. And then you have Fenwick and Newell step up for you. Overtime 270 rushing yards today. What can you say about those guys in that group?
Yeah, each guy, man, next man up and ready to go. All those guys have been contributing to our run game. That O-line, I thought, played physical throughout the night, made a huge difference.
You talked to us a lot about how you've seen the ups and downs of this program since you took over. What does this mean, this win mean?
Yeah, it means a ton. I mean, a lot of work, a lot of passion, pride of this place, special time in Corvallis.
Enjoy it, Coach Smith.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, Tiff and Jonathan Smith, thank you very much. Final seconds here, Rod. I mean, you feel for the Ducks. It stings. You lose a rivalry game in the way that Oregon lost today. That one hurts. But the joy on the Oregon State side, pretty incredible.
Crazy rivalry games give you this, and it's important that the country got to see this great rivalry.
Not much like college football on a November Saturday. What if for Bo Nix and the Ducks? Bedlam here in Corvallis, Oregon. Final score 38-34.